Hi there guys and girls, you're back with the one and only. My name's Rob here from videogamesblogger.com, and I'm going to be taking you guys through the Blob 2. Yep, we've been smashing, bashing, crashing, shooting, blowing up, destroying things, and well, just about everything else in between. And let's face it gets tiring sometimes, doesn't it? I mean, we've all done 150 miles an hour, we've all blown up and saved the world a bazillion times, but how many times can you sit down and say to yourself, you know what, I put the color back in things? And that's exactly what we're going to do. The Blob 2, guys, was originally a Wii exclusive, now available for the PS3, Wii and 360, and hey, look, now everyone can play. So it's all going to be good fun. We're going to get involved. I'm going to take you guys through from beginning to end, as we always do. We're going to have a whole load of fun and enjoy the cinematics. Ouch. Okay, so meet Pinky. This is like our professor dude, but he's not going to be too involved, at least not yet, that I know of. And that is us. We are, of course, Blob. It's about as simple as that, guys. I mean, this is as happy and as chappy as most cartoons could ever get. In fact, you will have quite a bit of fun just watching all the cutscenes and stuff like that as you go through. But we're going to be going through the entire game. Now, seems easy at first, okay? Everything's all chilled out. This is actually the end of the last game, as we went on over and took on old Mr. Black. So, hey, you know, obviously we did the business. It seems like it's making his way back down to earth, which is not a good thing in my opinion. But hey, any which way, we're going to be going through the entire game. And like I say, all seems well at first. It seems pretty easy. You kind of sit down thinking, yeah, cakewalk stuff. I can do this. Uh-oh. Then you come across some of the big surprises. There's actually quite a lot more depth to the game than you would have thought. And if you're not on your toes, if you don't think about the levels before you actually go in and take them on, you're going to end up short of time. And trust me, people, being short of time in this game is painful. Why? Well, let's analyze the levels quickly. I'm going to take you guys through. PS, and by the way, while the game's loading, you can draw with your thumbstick. Really cool stuff, okay? Not that the loading time takes forever, but, you know, something to keep you entertained. You can press the start button from now. I was just having fun, really. So you go on over and flick through the quick comic, which will, of course, you know, give you a roundup of what's been happening and where we're going. Each level is divided into a series of different challenges, these being I'd say like 2D levels, you know, pretty much standard platformer stuff, run from left to right, jump across a few gaps, and, you know, open a few switches. Really easy stuff, so it seems. The rest of it is played throughout in this 3D world, where we get to play the part of Blob, a big blob of paint. I mean, you don't know how best to describe him, unless, of course, we use simple words. He is just that. He's a blob of paint. Blob of paint with an attitude, blob of paint with a bit of charisma, a blob. You know what I'm saying, people? He is just, he's blobby. He does his thing, you roll him around. You can change colour by jumping in the paint, you can suck up paint, and you can paint things as you roll over them. Now, all of this, taken into account, starts to sound a bit naff, doesn't it really? I can't even do the game justice by explaining what it's about, because in fairness, it's just a whole lot more fun to do. So let's get to it. We're going to get stuck in. Like I say, I'm going to take you through the entire game. Now we're going to discuss some of the levels. They are pretty long stuff, guys. Don't be expecting to jump into old Blob here and finish off a level in 15 minutes, have a cup of tea, Bob's your uncle. No. You're looking at about, I'd say, a good 45 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour, really, per level, and of which there are 10 of them. So it's going to give you some time. Then, of course, that doesn't take into account the fact that there's like thousands of bits and pieces to pick up along the way. If you want an actual good score, then you're going to have to put in a whole lot more effort, which is going to require a whole lot more time. Not that it's boring, but look, trust me, you've got your work set out for you, people. This is not a cakewalk. It's not a paint roller. It's nothing. This is Blobtastic. We're going to get stuck into it. I, as always, will be here with you guys. Now, the first level itself is, of course, your regular tutorial level. It's going to teach you all the basic moves, hops, skips, and jumps. I'm going to take you all the way up to the point where we pick up our first bit of inspiration. Light bulbs. Yeah, light bulb moments. And you spend your inspiration, the light bulbs that you collect, on different attributes. You can increase your paint capacity, you could increase your lives. I would suggest doing that quickly before you get to about level 4. I'd also suggest maybe throwing in, I'd say, you know, just keep your focus on picking them up as often as you see them, and if you've got spare time, which in the beginning you do, so take advantage of that fact, because trust me, by the time we get to about level 5, 6, you're going to be looking for time everywhere. Like from the beginning, you are hunting time down firstly. So you know, things are all hunky-dory over here on Paradise Island. No timer just yet, but when we do get into later levels, of course, the timer starts, and your time starts running down from the second you begin, and then of course you're in big trouble, because yeah, you don't make it, you're as much as doomed. I don't mean that in a light-hearted way. That's not colourful. It's nah. You've had it. I'm sorry, people, but it is ruthless when it comes to the restart. This one, and unfortunately, I almost zoomed my controller across the room and turned it into a pile of paint itself when it happened to me for the first time. Imagine spending 45 minutes working your way through a level only to find that you somehow didn't put as much emphasis on time as you may have, and then of course you're sat there playing through and you now have 1 minute and 30 seconds to complete a level which would in fairness take about 6. Yeah, there's no way to get any extra time because you're actually involved in a level, the chase is on, and you're pretty much stuck and buggered, to be fair. Then don't hit the restart. Well, you may as well. There really is nothing else you can do. I've read up about this on the internet, and it seems to be the only one gripe that people have had is the way the game seems to kind of unfairly trap you in that system of time. So if we're going to make anything, you know, we're going to put any emphasis on anything from the beginning of this walkthrough, people, I would definitely recommend always taking into consideration the amount of time that you can gain from doing things, from killing, well, you're not killing people, but painting people, painting buildings, etc., completing tasks quickly. You know, the more time you have left over, the better. Don't dawdle, don't mess around, and get straight to it once you've decided to take something on. Guys, it really will become important later on, and if you don't think about it now, you're going to end up redoing a lot of stuff. You know, for one silly mistake, you could end up redoing like an hour's work, which is, it makes you want to cry. So let's get into this one. In fact, this will take us through here. We're going to learn about something there. There's some more ink. Now, ink, right, real pain in the behind. That stuff everywhere, and it will of course kill you. Killing leads to dying. Dying leads to restarting. Restarting leads to you crying because you could of course lose all of that work. So once again, be careful, because it may seem so easy, so simple, so childishly fun that you completely forget that you are actually playing a game, and that there is an evil score system work behind it, and yeah, that it is actually ruthless and relentless, and well, it's out for you. Any which way, we're going to change up colors now. You'll come across a lot of buildings like this. Some of these can be somewhat puzzling in that you'll have multiple layers that need to be certain colors, so you'll have to maybe find a way to leave your blue at the top and paint the bottom red, things like that. So they can get a little bit tricky, but we'll take those on later on in the game, of course, people. But for now, enjoy the rest of the game with its music. I'm going to leave you to it, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, look after yourselves, have fun, and as always, game on.
Blob.